Well, there are so many sound bars on the market. Which one is right for you? That is a tough question because there's so many different ones to get out there. We've already tested a few. Today we're testing one by Kemimoto. I'm excited to show you guys. Let's get inside and show you what we got. So what we have here is Kemimoto's 2.1 channel 17-inch soundbar. Now this is not the only soundbar to this. Yes, you have the 17-inch which contains the subwoofer as well as the passive radiator, but you also get two of these 3-inch tweeters as well as mid-ranges all built into one. Now these things are IP66 rated, pretty simple to set up. But one thing I do like they're doing is you get not only auxiliary in, but you also get some auxiliary outs on this soundbar as well. You still have all the cool LEDs or the RGB lighting and stuff. And they give you everything that you need, including all of your mounts to be able to put your pods on, as well as the soundbar, zip ties, power cable. Actually, it's a really nice power cable because it's actually got plenty of length to it, as well as directly to battery terminals. Plus your handy dandy remote because you want to go control your RGBs or maybe your sound. But if you don't want to use the remote, you do still have all of your push buttons. So we're gonna go out there, we're getting this thing installed. I'm gonna go ahead and knock these brackets out on here. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And let's see how this baby sounds. All right, so what I want to show you guys is what this kit actually has in there for hardware. So you have quite a few different bolts, and what you're gonna see is for your mounts, for your actual soundbar, you're going to actually use these. And what you're going to see here is you have multiple options to be able to mount these, depending on if you have stuff in the way on your roof. Now, you put two of these for the soundbar. Now, you also get two of your clamps like this that are for your actual pods. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to take number 12 as well as number 10 and number 9. We're going to take those. That's what's going to bolt these brackets here up to our soundbar. So we're gonna get that knocked out real quick. So we've got the bottom brackets on. We're not going to put the top on because of course we got to put this around the roll bar. One thing I do want you to do notice is that you do get rubber pieces here that will go in here to clamp when you clamp around the roll bar, so you don't end up marring your roll bar up. Now the other thing you're going to pay attention to, you're going to have two sets of bolts. You've got number 21s and number 13s. Depending on what thickness your tubing is, what size tubing you're going to have will determine whether or not you use the 21s or the 13s. And I believe on the Razor, we're going to end up using the 13s. I will double check, but I'm almost positive we are. All right, we now have the roof off. What we're going to install first is the actual soundbar itself. So we've already put the brackets on the bottom. Now what you're going to have are these top clamps, and you're going to have 4 of these pieces like this. And what they do is you put one in each spot. You'll see it's kind of actually recessed in on the clamp. You'll put one on the bottom, one on the top, and then you're going to take, depending on the size of tubing, you're going to take either your long bolts or the short bolts. You're going to put a lock washer and a round washer, regular flat washer on there. That's going to go through this down into that. Now, the one thing I do want to mention is, like I talked about the soundbar earlier, you have all the bolt holes on top, but you also have them on the bottom. So if you're wanting to mount this thing, whether it be sitting, upright or hanging down, you've got the option either way. All right, so there we have our soundbar installed. Now what you're going to see is you got wires coming out here to the right side. This is going to go to our front speakers. All right, so what I want to show you guys is these pods. So if you'll notice, there is a bolt on both ends of these. So it really depends on which way you want the wire to come out will determine which bolt you take loose. But just before we get out there, I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick. Basically what you do is you just undo this top bolt. And what you're going to have is a flat washer that is right here, a silver flat washer. As soon as I get this thing off of here, right there, make sure you pop that up and out. And then what you're going to do is take your U-shaped bracket that is in your kit, and you're just going to run that bolt right back down through there and lock this back in. Now, here's the thing. You may or may not want your speaker aimed a little differently. So I guess what I'm getting at is you may want it turned depending on how this is. Now, the problem is you can't put this all together and adjust this. You can't adjust this one after the fact because this bracket mount goes right in there and it gives you no room. So what you're going to do from this point is you're going to take your actual bracket that clamps onto your roll bar, which is this setup here. It's going to come just like that, loose. So what you're going to take, in this case, you're going to take a number 8 screw. You're going to take that, and then you're also going to take your number 5s, which are these plastic little bushings. And what you're going to have is a bushing is going to go on each side of your bracket, just like so. Then that goes through this bracket. Now, I would put this facing forward because that's the head of the bolt, so you can get to it easy. And then you run your number 8 screw through it all the way, and then you put your lock nut on there that's in your kit. And then that is how this goes. And then what you're going to use is your number 8 screw, or excuse me, your number 13, whatever your long bolt is. That's what's actually going to go through this and into your bracket itself to tighten this up. Now, the other thing is don't go ahead and put this bolt in, because more than likely, if you have a big roll bar, you will not be able to get this over there. So you'll have to do this after the fact. Let's take this out there and see where we're going to place it at. All right, so I've decided to put the placement here. I think it's going to work out really well. I think it keeps everything out of your line of sight. It's tucked up high. The nice thing about it, it's not sticking out of the car. You know, it's going to be pretty much blaring in your face, which, let's be honest, these things are loud, so it doesn't hurt to have a good speaker in front of your face. So I got this one done. Let's get the other side done. That's going to allow me to, where I put this, to be able to put this one over here, keep it away from my iPad, or from my, it's not an iPad, but my tablet. So it should tuck up in there really nicely. Once we get the roof on, you'll never notice. All right, so we have both speakers installed. You can see I've got it out of the way of my camera system mirror. So I still have all my functions there. I have my speakers pointed towards the driver and passenger. We've got our wire sections up here that we're going to run to the back. All right, so we've got all the cable loose now for both of these speakers. Now, these are waterproof connectors that you'll see. What we're going to do is we're going to take the right speaker, which happens to be the passenger side, right side speaker. You're going to notice on your sound bar, there's going to be an R and an L, a red and a white. So the red is the R. That's going to be your right speaker. We're going to plug this thing in. And what you're also going to notice, or may not notice from this, is there is, not going to pick it up, on the bottom there is a slot to make sure that you have it going the correct direction. You're going to plug that in, then you're going to take your cap and you're going to screw it right on there to make sure that it has a good connection with the seal in there, so it's all sealed up. Same thing for the left. We're going to do the exact same thing. And then this is going to allow me to route my wires properly. Well, I know exactly how much wire I've actually got. We may take these back loose, but biggest thing is now I can sit here and plan out my route. Now, the way I have my speakers mounted, the wires are coming out the top. So I'll be able to run along any of the along the tubes, be able to hide it on ice. And then the last thing we got is hooking up the power. So let me get these run. We'll get the power next. All right, we've got the pod wires in. Now we're going to work on the power. Now, like I said earlier, they give you a ton of power cord, which is great because if you have a 4-seater, you got the room to work with. You're not struggling to make it meet. So what they give you is a nice little plug like this. Now, if you want to, keep it off, you can keep it covered up. Same thing with the sound bar. It actually has the plug there. You're able to plug this baby right in. No issues right there. Now, what we're going to do for routing is we're going to actually route this up around the top, and then we're going to drop it down the C-pillar. And you could do it a multitude of different ways. We're going to the battery. All right, well, we have the power wire run down. We have our speakers hooked up. So in theory now, we should be able to take our remote, pull the battery piece out, and we should be able to hit power.
Bluetooth mode.
And work. So now we got it on. What we're going to do, I'm going to get all this stuff wrapped back up, put back together, put the roof back on, then we're going to test this thing out. See you in a minute. All right, well, we have this thing finished up. The roof is on. The seat is back in. Everything is tucked away. I am going to probably do something a little bit to hide these wires a little bit more, but right back here, not a huge issue. Up here in the top, I've just got them ran that way. Nobody sees it from the outside. And, I could put them in wire loom and all that crap. But honestly, I really like this setup for a couple different reasons. For one, is this sound bar doesn't go all the way across. So it doesn't feel like it clutters near your head or, the back seat. your line of sight, granted, of course I have my big tablet mount, but even on the passenger side, the line of sight is so much better. Not to mention, you know, everything is tucked nicely and neatly up here in the front for your main tweeters and mids. So I'm really curious to see, once we get out on the road, is how well this thing is going to do up to speed. Because one of the problems with these rear type sound bars is that a lot of times when you get up to speed, you will lose some sound. You know, it's part of it because you're traveling at fast speeds, windows open, it doesn't do so well. So I'm really curious to see how well this is going to do when we get up to speed. And before we get in there, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of the remote. I mean, it's pretty simple, self-explanatory. You have your power button up here on the top.
Bluetooth mode.
Wait for it to come on. Now, what you'll see is this section in black here. That is everything in regards to your lights. So you notice we have lights in this thing. There's different modes you can go through, and it'll turn on the lights, and they'll do different things. Here, let's actually put you guys in there so you can see a little bit better. So the remotes, we can go through all of those. And then, of course, you can change the brightness of these. You can go brighter. You can go dimmer. You can go, if you want to go faster, you can go faster with this. You can go slower. There's so many different things in regards to that. You can put it on demo mode. It'll go through all sorts of different things. Now, the gray down here at the bottom is for everything far as your music goes. So you have your equalizer button. Now, this thing has 3 equalizer settings on it. I don't know. We're going to find out exactly what those are. You have a play, which I have my phone hooked up now. So you can play and pause it from this. You have your skip, forward, backward. You have your volume all on there. So before we hit the road, let's listen to this thing inside the shop. Now, like I told you before, we've got the remote here. We'll be able to go through the equalizer settings. Let's just, let's pick this song and let's see what it sounds like. We all know the test is not until we get on the road. Let's just let's play a few of them. Footage, it did not pick up very good when we're going down the road. I blew the mic out with the window open. So I'm moving you guys down so you can hear this thing really good, how it sounds, and hopefully not blow out this mic. Let's get it going and let's listen. Well, there we have the Kemimoto 2.1 17-inch soundbar, and I've got to say it exceeded all my expectations. Like I said, this sound system does really, really well at high speeds, and I think a lot of it is to do to the fact that where you're able to place the speakers. So that is something that a lot of these soundbars that we put in these vehicles, especially side-by-sides, they're typically going behind you. And the problem with everything behind you, it's fine when you're going slow or if you're sitting still, but when you get up to speeds, that's where you lose it. And this thing, because your tweeters and mids are up here, you're able to hear the music. You're able to hear the vocals and all that stuff. Like I said, it's not super thumpy by any means, but at the same time, when it turned all the way up and you're sitting still, it's pretty, got some beat to it. But, you know, you can always add in a sub. That's the nice thing about the system is you do have auxiliary output. You got your auxiliary input as well that you can put in there. And USB once again. So you have a lot of flexibility with this thing, being able to add on to it if you want to. But it's nice. It's small. That's the thing I like about this thing is that it doesn't get near my, your heads. The helmet on, you don't have no issues there. It doesn't block the view of the passenger. You're able to get the sound, the pods up towards the, like I was able to get these things up pretty high and towards the top. And honestly, if I didn't have the mirror, I could push these things even all, further up. If I didn't have the iPad mount, I could have mounted these things up here, really tucked them in really well wherever you want. But where they're at is perfect. They don't affect the line of sight any. They don't affect the passengers any. They are pretty high up. This thing, like I said, you don't lose all the stuff you lose with a lot of the bigger sound bars. And you think 2.1, well, how good can it sound when you got sound bars that have 8, plus speakers in them? And honestly, I'm very, very surprised at how well this thing sounds. Very clear, very crisp. So it's definitely a nice little setup, especially for the money. So if you're interested in one of these, check down the link below, pick yours up. But guys, we're going to end this video off here. Appreciate you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.